Hey y'all, it's Megan and Andy. Welcome back to the channel. Glad y'all are here today. Come spend some time with us today. We're doing something a little different. And you may notice there is yet another vehicle in our driveway.
I have a confession though. This one isn't on me. This one's all on the girl behind the camera there.
So, that's going to be part of the video today. And then also, y'all come along with me for supper tonight. I think I'm going to throw together a flatbread pizza.
And they are delicious.
And it's so easy and quick. Like, it is a quick, easy meal.
Yeah, so what is this, 1990?
Yeah.
Toyota?
Mm-hmm.
Got the 22RE engine in it, 4-cylinder. 283,000 miles on it, which some people, that might be a lot. To other people, you're going to say, oh, I ain't even broke in for it.
That's what I was going to say. That's just breaking it in.
That's what I told Daddy when he asked me how many miles on it. He said, oh, it ain't even broke in. And it's not. I've seen these things with 500,000-600,000 miles on them. But that ain't why we got it. This little truck here's got a little bit more sentimental values than anything else, don't it? Keep it going.
Going quick, huh?
I don't know. I can't see.
I can't either.
I'm trying to read.
It'll do it. Go ahead.
All right, let's go see what this thing does.
Look at that, even the hood thing.
This thing's cleaner than my little truck, Megan. I hope it cranks. That battery fits in there perfect.
Will it crank on old gas?
Well, we're gonna find out. Let's see what she does. I don't think it's getting no fuel. It's got gas in it. Yeah, this truck's fuel injected. Look at the air filter, Megan. See where something's chewed holes in it?
Yep.
And then look, I guess a squirrel found his way, or a mouse one. So it's probably a good thing it didn't crank.
Probably.
So all that didn't get sucked up in it.
Probably.
So upon further investigation, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the fuel pump's bad on it. Because you can't hear nothing. When we turn the switch on, I can't hear anything inside that tank humming or nothing. But it don't look like it'd be that hard of a job to replace the fuel pump on it. So we can try it and see. I'll dig into it a little bit farther, see if I can find the gas line coming up here. What we'll do is take it loose, turn the key, and see if gas comes out.
All right.
That's the easiest thing to do, and if gas don't come out, then
You know, it's definitely the...
most likely it's fuel pump. I just got to figure out. I am new to Toyotas. I don't know anything about Toyotas. I've always been a Nissan man.
And we've been meaning to go get this for, the last year. And we just finally went and got it. And if we can't fix it, it'll just be added to the collection.
But this one's clean. I mean, the engine, you can't see it that good with my stuff sitting there, but it's pretty clean. I was kind of surprised at how clean this thing is. It's a whole lot cleaner than that one they still drive, the red one. But anyways, I think I'll tinker with it just a little bit longer here.
We ain't aiming to sink a whole bunch of time into it or nothing.
Well, we don't have a lot of time today to sink into it.
Yeah.
But I did want to just see. I had my fingers crossed that putting the battery in it, turning the key, and it was going to crank. But I knew it wasn't going to be that easy. But I did have my fingers crossed that it would.
It may have just been.
Yeah, you never know. I got to figure out where the gas comes from. There's so many vacuum hoses everywhere. I don't know which one's vacuum hose and which one's gas. And I don't want to touch much of them. I'm scared they'll be dry rotted and I'll break them. I don't think that's fuel line though. It don't look right. It should be going to the throttle body right here, I would think. I bet it's that right there. No, that's too flimsy to be a fuel line. It might be this. Jake, get in there and turn that key on. Yeah, that smells like gas. So maybe that is a fuel line. It's probably going to squirt everywhere if it does work. Be ready to turn it back off if I holler.
Don't let it roll.
It's on, ain't it? Ain't no gas coming out.
Yeah, but he ain't trying to crank it.
No, it don't matter. When you turn that switch on, the fuel pump should pump gas up here.
Oh.
Should. I guess that's the way these work.
You shouldn't try to crank it like we did the red and white truck?
It wouldn't matter. Because that on that red and white truck is a mechanical fuel pump. It's an electric.
I smell the gas, though.
But I think that is the fuel line. Well, I think that pretty much confirms that it's probably the fuel pump. We'll just have to, so since this thing's been sitting, and it's been sitting as long as it has, honestly, it wouldn't be a bad idea, because it don't have, according to the gauge, as long as the gauge works, it ain't got very much gas in it at all. It's got enough to register on the gauge, though. We can take the tank down, drain all that old gas out of it, and put a pump in it and
see where it gets us.
See where it gets us, yeah. So, being that I ain't never really fooled with a Toyota, it looks like it's going to be pretty easy, but I think I'll watch me a couple of YouTube videos. I mean, we got to remember, we got the world at our fingertips these days. So, I'll watch a couple of YouTube videos, check out digging into that tank and everything. That right there make a better side-by-side than the side-by-side does.
Yeah, you're right. I ain't thought about that.
But you'll see here in the video, we determined, or at least we think we've determined, that it needs a fuel pump to start with to get it running. So that's what me and Jacob's going to tackle into today. We're going to, the gas tank looks fairly easy to pull off of it, to drop it down. So I'm going to pull the gas tank down and pull the old fuel pump out. It's got an electric fuel pump that's mounted inside the gas tank. So I'm going to, and while we've got it down, I figure I'm just going to go ahead and drain the gas out of it as well, because according to the gauge, it's got about 1/4 of a tank in it. And I know this truck's been sitting at least 2 or 3 years, probably 3 or 4 years, actually.
I'd say 3 or 4, yeah.
And so the gas that's in there is probably not really that good anyways. So we'll just start over clean and fresh. I'm very hopeful that as long as all it is a fuel pump, and our local auto parts store has a fuel pump in stock, that by the end of this video today, we at least get to hear it run.
Maybe.
So, I don't know. We're going to find out, though.
So, rewind a little bit. A few days ago, we went up to my parents' place and picked this little truck up. So, this truck, Mom and Daddy got me this truck when I was 15, getting ready to get my driver's license. This was my very first vehicle. And I drove it all through high school. And then after I graduated high school, for my graduation gift, they got me a little car to drive back and forth to college because, well, college was not a close drive. And Daddy started driving this truck. As some of you probably know, I lost my daddy in August of 2024 to, well, it was just very unexpected. But anyways, we've been meaning to go get this truck for the last year at least. And the other day we were sitting around eating Sunday dinner, and we got to talking about it, and we decided to go get it. Daddy, he put a lot of work into it. He had some issues with the brakes. Well, then he parked it because I think because of the fuel pump, and he just didn't have time to mess with it. And he had another Toyota, a little bit newer than this one, like I think it's like a 92, and he started driving it, and he just parked this one and just didn't have time to work on it. So that's why it's been sitting so long, and it means a whole lot to me. And I don't care if we can't get it fixed and it lives the rest of its days in the edge of the woods. It just holds a whole lot of memories for me, and I'm glad it's here. And if I get to start driving it again, or Andy starts driving it some, well, good. I love these little Toyotas. I mean, you start looking on Facebook Marketplace, these things, boy, people think they're made out of gold. So here's you up close, and we'll walk around it. We just left it on the trailer because Andy said he thought it'd be easier to work on. It's took out a few deer in its life, as you can see by the battle scars. Daddy, he made that back bumper right there. He welded and made that. You back into somebody with that, it's gonna tear something up.
Hey Jacob, give me the socket second so first. Yeah, that smells awful. That stinks.
Dead gas.
Yeah, I know. You know there's going to be more than 5 gallons of gas in that tank.
You think so?
Probably. My luck it will be, and it's going to start overflowing, and I'm going to have to figure out how to hurry up and get that plug in there. And
should we run and find another bucket?
Might not be a bad idea.
Run and grab one of them buckets, Jacob. There was some more in there.
I think it's crazy it's got a drain plug on it, though. Back when I was working on all them old Chevrolets and stuff, they didn't have drain plugs in them.
You would have loved for them to have a drain plug?
Yeah, it would have been nice.
Yeah, we were joking and said apparently these fuel pumps were meant to be
worked on.
Yeah.
Because this looks like, I mean, I haven't done it yet, but it looks like it's going to be a fairly easy tank to drop. All the tanks that I worked on had straps that went around them, and they were a pain in the butt. It's still draining, but it's about done. I'm going to have to let everything that gas got on, I'm going to let it, gas evaporates pretty quick anyway, so I'll give it probably 30 minutes to finish draining and all that, let everything dry up, and I guess I'll take that tank down. It don't look like but about 6 bolts holding it up, 3 on each end.
I don't know, we don't need it. We don't need another vehicle, but
it'd be pretty cool to have a little four-wheel drive truck like this. That's the thing with old vehicles, though. They are super cheap to keep on the road. Tags and insurance on that little white Nissan over there. I mean, it's, I don't want to say it's nothing, but it's very cheap.
Well, actually, the tags and insurance on all these vehicles equal just about what that new Nissan is.
That's about right. New vehicles are...
Well, I mean, it's new to us. It ain't new, but...
Newer vehicles are super expensive to tag and super expensive to put insurance on. But when you get into this old stuff, I mean, heck, our insurance company probably won't even do nothing but give us liability on it anyways. That's all you're paying for. And, yeah. So, if we can get it running, we may put a set of tags on it and insurance on it so we can run it around. Just depends on how well it runs once we get it running.
Oh, yeah. Might be like the red and white truck.
It might be like the red and white truck. There's a good chance the red and white truck may go back to the edge of the woods. Right now I'm pulling the piece where the fuel pump goes into the tank. I'm pulling that out, taking the bolts out. I have to say, I think Toyota intended on these fuel pumps going bad. So far, this has been the easiest I've ever done. I better not say that just yet, though. I ain't got this piece out. Well, darn, I spoke too soon about everything being easy. I really thought I could do it without that. Now I gotta figure out how to get in here. Look at there. I got it. So that's the fuel pump right there. Whatever that is deteriorated and very nasty. Shoo. That's nasty. Alright. Yeah, looks like it ain't nothing but a wire, 2 wires, and I need to take that gas line off. So I think that right there is hopefully the culprit to the whole reason this truck doesn't run. I know the other little Toyota that her daddy had the fuel pump had been replaced on it a couple of times. So kind of sounds to me like this is a common problem for these year model trucks. Anyways, it looks like it might rain this evening, and this evening is a decent chance of rain. So I think I'm going to go down to the auto parts store and see if I can get a new fuel pump and hopefully get it back in there before it does rain.
And also, when I was going to go fill up the tadpoles, I was driving my four-wheeler down there, and I felt like it was like a little bit of like wet hitting me.
Yeah, I felt a few raindrops a while ago. I was like, oh boy, here it comes.
I know, I was like, it's going to rain.
Oh, trust me, I would be more than ecstatic to get rained out on this job right here.
Yeah.
But I'll make a quick trip to town and see if I can get this and get back in there.
That is the second time today I have warmed up that cup of coffee. I'm going to get it down eventually. Alright. Well, this is good for this flatbread dough to set for a couple of hours before I try to roll it out or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and get that made. And we'll make our pizza later on this evening. I make this flatbread using Farmhouse on Boone. This is her flatbread recipe. It is delicious. It's easy. You can break it up into a bunch of little bitty flatbreads, which y'all seen me do in other videos. I don't think I've ever done my whole big old flatbread pizza on video. But we're going to use that whole ball of dough this evening for our big pizza. And the first thing we're going to need is a whole cup of sourdough starter. This is an excellent discard recipe. Y'all know me, I just eyeball it a little bit. We'll get close enough anyway. And then I'll need to take care of that. 2 cups of all-purpose flour. The original recipe calls for just a teaspoon of salt. This Redmond salt does not, the salt taste does not come through quite as much as regular table salt. So I'll do like a teaspoon and a half. And about a half cup of milk. And we'll just get all that combined. Alright, I got my dough ball. I'm just going to cover that up and set that to the side for at least a couple of hours. I mean, it can sit overnight if need be. But we'll set it there till we're ready to put our pizza together. So the next thing on the list, I also got to throw together some dessert. I'm going to be making a mixed fruit pie, per se, I guess is what you would call it. I've got a lot of fruit in my freezer from last season. We were blessed with a really good strawberry, blueberry, and peach year. And I'm kind of working my way through that in hopes that it's going to be another good year. Our strawberry plants, blueberry plants, and the peach tree are all loaded. I don't know how they made it through those frosts, but they did. So I'm a little stingy with my fruit throughout the winter, but now that we're getting into spring and I see that hopefully we're going to have some, I'm going to hit it wide open. So I've been using it quite a bit lately. All right, we're going to want about 5 or 6 cups of fruit here. So let's do 2 cups of strawberries. And how I froze these, I laid them out on a cookie sheet and froze them that way, and then I put them in a freezer bag, and that is the best thing since sliced bread. I believe, if I remember right, somebody a couple years ago suggested doing that on the channel here, and I'm gonna tell you, that works like a charm. That works a whole lot better than try to vacuum seal individual little packs. Much more convenient, and they're not froze together, so I can just open them up like that and get out what I need. So to my frozen fruit, I'm just going to add about a cup of sugar there. About 1/4 cup of cornstarch. That's about all I got left in there. When you're making something like this, especially with frozen fruit, if the recipe calls for cornstarch, don't skip it. Just because that's going to be your thickener. These frozen fruits are going to let off a lot of juice, so you want that to be able to thicken up like it should. And I add just a splash of vinegar. It should be lemon juice, but I never have lemon juice. Some salt and vanilla. This is my homemade vanilla. I've got another batch going, so I had to get it out of the bottle. There we go. I'm just gonna kind of try to get all this combined here. I'm gonna break them chunks of peaches apart. All right, and now we're going to make us a crumble to go on top instead of another pie crust. So, I need to melt me a nice hunk of butter. Also, we're going to put it on our fruit. I need 3/4 of a cup of just regular old all-purpose flour. Half a cup of brown sugar. A nice sprinkle of cinnamon if you like it. If you don't like cinnamon, don't worry about it. Let's do a little dash of nutmeg. Oh yeah, I got my oven on 375. I can't even remember if I told y'all that or not. So for a fruit pie like this, if you want to make you a pie crust to go over the top, you can. I'm using the pre-made pie crust, obviously. So I'm just gonna, it's really good with a crumble over the top too. So that's what we're gonna do today. Pour my butter in there. Now, let's sprinkle this across the top of our pie. All right. In the oven we go for around an hour. We'll check it at the 50-minute mark and see what it looks like. Make sure nothing looks like it's burning, but it'll take it about an hour to get done.
We made it back. It's trying to rain. But I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get much out of this here cloud. Looked like the majority of the rain went that way, so I think we missed out on that one. And just a quick update. I know the last video we were worried our hay was going to get rained on and it looked like it was going to rain. Well, we missed out on that one too. And we didn't even get a drop that day. But right now, we've had probably 20 drops. That is the most rain we've had since Easter. Anyways, I got to put all this mess together before we put it back in there. There's the new fuel pump. Got to put the strainer and stuff on the bottom.
So beautiful and shiny.
It is pretty. Oh, it even came with a new gas line. Here, put that back in that box. That's made a whole lot different. We may end up having to use this old strainer.
I mean, it looks good.
Yeah, see how easy that one goes on there?
Yeah. That one's supposed to be. This one must be for a different one.
We should have looked at that while we was there. I guess this one right here is just going to have to work. All right, I got the new fuel pump on. And I'm going to run it down into the tank. And then I'm going to hook up the wire and just make sure that make sure I hear something happening. Hey Jacob, when I get this wire hooked up, jump up in the truck and turn the switch on.
Alright.
All you gotta do is turn the switch on. I think that's all it needs to do.
Well, you just tell me when you get the wire in.
I had it and it come back unplugged. Right there.
You want me to get in?
Yep, do it now. I just want to hear it and see if I can hear the pump. Yep, I think I heard it. I don't know. I can't tell. Turn the switch back on. I believe I did hear it. I heard something doing something in there. Okay, that's all I needed. Let me get all this put back together. And we'll put some gas in it and try it if it don't start raining. So, I don't got all the bolts in it, but I've got the gas tank bolted back up. Everything's put back together. But before I go and put all the bolts back in it, I just want to make sure things are going to run the way they're supposed to. I want to make sure it's going to work. Let me put it that way. All right, we're going to give this a shot. This is going to be super hard to do because of that little flap down in there. I ain't never liked pouring gas in a car with a gas can. This is going to take forever. I don't know why, y'all, but I don't got I don't got high expectations this thing's gonna crank, because I really couldn't tell if that fuel pump was running or not. All right, I believe I got enough gas put in it that it should at least start if it's gonna start. Yeah, it's registering. So this will take a minute. I'll probably have to wind it for. Look at why am I so high in this thing? I think it's this seat cushion that's
I was
in
gonna
here.
say it's probably because of that seat cushion that's in there too.
I don't know. I feel like it should have done started if it's gonna start.
Can you?
Ah! Listen to that! I done give up hope.
See, that's all you need to do. You just need to give up.
I had literally done give up hope, but I mean, second try, it fires right up.
Runs like a top.
It's running like a sewing machine. How about that? You talk about being surprised. Now, I wasn't expecting it.
Fired right up.
Ain't that nice?
Is that how high it's supposed to be?
Nah, it'll probably. It's been so long since it's run. It'll calm down here in a minute. They'll idle a little bit high when they're cold.
It's been years.
I mean, make sure all the lights look good. Yeah, ain't no lights on.
You think so? Think Daddy will let me drive it?
Yeah.
You got a rat nest in the exhaust pipe.
In the exhaust pipe.
You blowing a rat nest out of somewhere.
Am I?
Yeah. I don't know where it's coming from. See it? When you started giving it gas, it started
It
flying.
must have been up in the muffler.
Yeah, it started flying.
It is idling high, but I assume it'll calm down. My Nissan idles a little bit high when it's colder.
Does it?
I mean, we'll just have to run it and see what happens.
I can't believe it.
I can't
can't
either.
believe it.
That fired right
Yeah.
up, did it?
Just cranked right up.
Like it never missed a beat.
Oh yeah, I need to slow it down now.
Think so?
Yeah.
Runs good.
It's a Toyota. Let's get this out and then we'll get started on our pizza. That right there is looking pretty daggone good. I do say so myself. I'm gonna set it over here on this cooling rack and let that cool off. The longer it sits, the stiffer it's gonna get, and then when it cools completely, it should be pretty stiff. That looks fabulous. So, we're gonna sprinkle us out a little flour. And for the pizza tonight, I'm just gonna do it on one of my cookie sheets. I'm gonna bring out a flatbread dough. Now, flatbread dough don't quite feel like your regular biscuit dough. It's not exactly, it ain't soft. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. It is not a soft dough. It's pretty dense feeling. So if yours feels like that, you're doing it right. Alright. I'm going to get out my rolling pin. And we're going to see if we can get this rolled out. I am no expert rolling pin user. Or warning. And remember, this is flat bread, so we want this to be pretty flat. We'll see if I can make it into a rectangle. I don't know how successful I will be. Also, I increased my oven temperature to 425 for this pizza. honestly, we have gotten to where we like it this way better than traditional pizza dough. But you don't want it real thick. It'll get too dense. This bread is a different texture, so I've greased my pan real good that this is going in. Let's see how I've done. And then from here, it's just like any other pizza crust. Any other homemade pizza. So let's grab our pizza sauce. So now, just our pizza sauce. No, I'm not using my homemade sauce tonight. This is actually some pretty good pizza sauce. Mama Mary's. I bought it because sometimes we do this for lunch, but with little pizzas, and the kids can make their own and all that. And my spaghetti sauce, kind of got to cook it down a little bit. Anyways, convenience factor. It's easier for the kids to pop open a jar and make their own little pizzas. So we'll do a little sprinkle of mozzarella. Some nights when I'm feeling real froggy, I'll make my own mozzarella. Tonight is not one of those nights. And I'm going to tell y'all why I'm showing y'all this, while we're discussing this. Our goal here on our channel is to be just who we are. Real people, doing our thing, and sharing it with the world, right? I don't ever want to make anybody think that we completely live off this farm. We never go to the grocery store. I never eat convenient foods or anything like that. Most of our food I do make. We do grow most of our food. Yes. But I occasionally like to splurge with a little deli ham. Store-bought pepperonis. I don't make pepperonis. Store-bought pizza sauce. I don't ever want to give y'all the impression that I'm above going to the grocery store, or I'm above going out to eat, or, you know, we don't do it a lot. Everything in moderation. Everything in moderation, no matter what we are doing or eating or anything like that. Moderation is the biggest key. So yeah, tonight's supper, besides my flatbread pizza crust, is all straight from the store. But you know what? It don't matter. It's still made with love. And that's one of the most special ingredients, I think. But I know that there are some people that want to make you think, or maybe they do, that they never eat outside of their homestead or whatever. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm just a regular, everyday person. Just trying to make it in this life, just like everybody else. And I don't ever want to be anything any different than who I am. And my goal is always, and Andy's too, we talk about this a lot. If you meet us in person, I really want you to walk away and say, you know what? They're exactly who I imagined they would be from watching our videos. And I hope I never veer away from that. I'm a big believer of being who you are, staying true to yourself, whether, you know, people like it or not. Be yourself. Be who you are. Don't try to be something you're not, because eventually that'll catch up with you and people will see straight through it. Be a genuine person. Boy, this is going to be good. Good, good, good. All right. Now comes the best part. We're just gonna load it down with some cheese. Alright, you can make you a little crust if you want. This flatbread does a little different as far as crust goes, but I'll fold down any little pieces that look like they want to be crust. Last but not least, take you some garlic powder. It's going to make a big difference here. Give it a little sprinkle of garlic powder all over that cheese and stuff. The wonderful thing about flatbread is we're going to pop this in the oven. It's going to be done in about 15 minutes.
I think we're getting ready to unload this thing. But I'm going to wait on Megan to be able to come out here, because I know she's going to want to see it move for the first time under its own power in several years. But I want to show y'all something. Still a CD in here. Just like her daddy left it. That kind of sends chills down my spine. I can't wait to get it cleaned up. It's going to look good when it gets cleaned up, other than a little bit of rust. That's Jacob's job, though. Jacob's got him a little electric pressure washer, so that's what he's going to do. He's going to try to get this thing, get all the mildew and everything pressure washed off of it. And then I guess we'll do a good wash job on it after that.
Guess what we're trying to beat?
Rain.
The rain! I ain't been able to say that in a while.
Yeah, I was fixing to say, how long has it been since you said we was fixing to beat rain? Oh, and I have a jack under the back of the trailer, and the trailer should not go anywhere because it's not hooked to a vehicle right now. I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, okay.
Wanted to point that out for Megan's sanity, too, because she's probably like, why don't you get it hooked up to something? It shouldn't roll.
You sure?
At least but just to be on the safe side, I moved the truck just in case it did.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. I hope it cranks back. Uh-oh. Here we go. Oh, it's got a little bit of brake.
She's alive.
I can't see out this windshield.
I bet you can't. But anyways, well,
There it is.
we didn't have nothing to drive, so now maybe we'll have a little something.
Yeah. Well, we got one for every day of the week and 2 or 3 to drive on Sunday.
Hey, that thing's antique now.
Yeah. It don't have to be inspected no more. It's over 30 years old, so
Yep.
that's a positive side to
We're
it.
antique car collectors. We'll just start looking at it that way.
Yeah, there you go. So I don't know how it is where all of y'all live, but here in our county, once a vehicle's over 30 years old, you don't have to inspect it anymore, like, period. And so I guess that's one big advantage to having an old vehicle.
That's right.
Yep. How old would that be? That would be 30,
How old am I?
35?
Yep.
Yep.
It was made the year I was born.
How about that?
Yep.
What a coincidence. Your first truck is the year you were born. I ain't even thought about that.
Pizza looks great. I usually let that cheese get all bubbly on top. It takes that flatbread no time to get done, as you can see there. And boy, I'm gonna tell you what now, this is gonna be good.
Guess I need to get a plate on.
Maybe. Let's see if we can cut this.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, it sure looks good.
Hopefully it is good. Hopefully it ain't just looks.
Smells good. I'm excited we got your little truck running.
Me too. Me too.
I'll be happy to get the little quirks about it fixed and hopefully get it where we can drive it.
You go right for the one I didn't test.
There we go. I'm
It
sure I'll be back for more.
Does look pretty good, even
It
if I
does.
did make it.
Even if you did make it. This dessert looks good too.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it. Alright, well there it is.
Yep. There it is.
Well guys, I guess that's going to about wrap up today's video. We're going to sit down and eat us a bite of supper and enjoy the sound of the rain, even if it's just for a few minutes. And
Yeah, it's still trying to rain.
Yeah.
It's not a very hard rain at all. I don't see it accumulating to a lot, but I'm going to tell you what, that's the most rain we've had in a month.
Yep. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you might have learned a little something. Till we see y'all on the next one.
Y'all have a good one.
Have a good one.
Something's squeaking like crazy.
I hear it.